Good evening, everyone. It is another Daily Real Estate Live, and I am Hugo, your friendly realtor in Maryland. We're diving into an exciting new topic. Today, it's going to be building equity as a first time home owner. So feel free, share the live with anyone that you know that might be interested. As always, we're going to be on your platforms of choice: Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch.com, X, Spotify, YouTube Music, and everywhere where you listen to your podcasts. And today we're talking about equity. What is equity? What does it do for you? Why are we so interested in it? And what does it mean for a first time home buyer to build equity? Equity is the difference between what your home is worth and what you owe on your mortgage. Building equity is like growing your financial future. So let's get started with 10 essential tips. Number one, understand your mortgage payment. Your monthly mortgage payments go towards both interest and principal. Over time, more of your payments will go towards the principal, which builds equity. Make sure you understand your mortgage breakdown to see how your payments contribute to your equity. Understand your mortgage payment is key. In the beginning, most of your payments go towards interest, but as you continue paying, more go towards the principal, building your equity. A lot of times you might hear me say once you get to 20%, that's when you can refinance and take away your private mortgage insurance, your PMI. That happens once you've built up 20% of your equity in the property and apply. Some places it will automatically deduct out after 22%. But if you build up that much equity by paying your mortgage on time, you can save money after 20%. And remember, equity is money that you can collect once you sell the property and pay off all pending amount that's due on your mortgage after the sale. Number two, make extra payments when possible. Any extra payments you make on your mortgage go directly towards the principal, helping you build equity faster. Even small additional amounts can make a big difference over time. Consider making extra payments when you can. Even a little bit extra can help you pay off your mortgage faster and build equity quicker. Remember, we're paying the principal with that extra mortgage payment. So if you can pay twice in 1 month, the first payment's going to be split up between your interest and your principal, but the second payment goes all straight to your principal. That is the key to paying off a property early and also building wealth in real estate early. Let me paint it to you this way. You pay twice a month for 7, 8 years. You are basically paying off 15 years worth of payments if you pay twice a month for 7 years, correct? So, with that being said, not only are you paying twice a month with that happening in that moment, but you're also deducting years from your interest on the back end. And that is more valuable than anything else because everyone knows time is the most expensive thing we have. So, why pay extra money? Interest is extra money on the principal. So if you can pay down your principal, you are accruing less interest. Remember, it's just like a credit card in that sense. Number three, keep up with home maintenance. Regular maintenance helps retain and even increase your home's value. This means your equity grows as the home's value increases. Keep up with regular home maintenance. Taking care of your home not only makes it a better place to live, but also helps keep its value up, building your equity. Remember, equity is how much difference there is between how you sell the property and you purchase the property for it and you owe on it. So if you make the property look very nice, if you can build up a lot of great appeal in the property, you might be able to sell the property for a lot more than it's worth. And maybe in a market where things are down, your property might be the property that sells for so much more. So we always want to be conscious of what improvements we make on the property to make sure that we're taking advantage of that return on our investment. Number four, make smart home improvements. Invest in home improvements that add value. Focus on kitchens, bathrooms, and energy efficient upgrades, which often provide the best return on your investment. Consider smart home improvements like upgrading your kitchen or bathroom. These can add significant value to your home, boosting your equity almost instantly. And if you can add or expand a basement, or if you can build out an independent exit on a basement, those are all things that are very, very good for your equity and building up appeal in that home. Number five, stay informed about your home's market value. Keep an eye on the real estate market and get your home appraised periodically to know its current market value. This helps you understand how much equity you have and gives you a better picture of how much your property is worth at the moment. Stay informed about your home's market value. Regular appraisals can help you see how much equity you've built as the market changes. And that's truly the key. The market's always going to go up, it's going to go down. People are always going to buy and sell real estate. It's when do you go in and buy and when do you get out and sell? And those are the two things, that difference point, that delta is what you have to keep an eye on. Number six, refinance your mortgage when appropriate. Refinancing to a lower interest rate can reduce your monthly payments, allowing you to pay more towards the principal or save money for other investments. Consider refinancing your mortgage when interest rates drop. This can lower your monthly payment and help you build equity faster. Again, refinancing, I have to clarify, it's just like taking on another loan. So when you refinance, you are again financing your home. You are taking a look at how much equity the home has built, where the value of the home is now, where the mortgage lender believes that you are financially, if you are still in a place financially to take on a new loan. They will actually draw up a new agreement with you, a new loan based off of the new terms. It might be for 20 years, it might be for 30 years. You have to look at the new loan and the new terms, because now it's not about the first term, it's all about the second term and about what the second loan actually says. So if you agree to refinance and get a 30-year mortgage at a lower rate, you are getting a 30-year mortgage for a lower rate. That's just what you're doing. You are trading in your initial loan, cashing in all the value, getting a new loan for 30 years at the lower rate. So keep in mind, if you refinance, you are basically starting the clock over again on your loan. So be careful with that, especially if you built up a lot of equity. It might not be worth it for you to refinance, especially if maybe you're later on in life and the expenses might be too much for you. All things to think about. Number seven, avoid taking on new debt. Keep debt low. Keeping debt low can help you focus on paying off your mortgage and building equity. High levels of debt can make it harder to manage your finances and build equity. And by build equity, they mean paying down more on your mortgage. Most people, if they have higher bills on their credit cards, aren't going to be spending more on their mortgage. So that is an easy way to, take care of yourself for the future. While you can, pay for it now. Try to avoid taking on new debt. The less debt you have, the more you can focus on paying off your mortgage and building equity. Another big thing that I always see, please don't take out new cars. No, we don't need another Dodge Charger on the road. We don't need another Black Cat Hellhawk or whatever the hell they're called. I really, like, it's not even a joke. Don't get a car. If you're looking for a home, don't get a car. It is increasing your debt. Every time you get a car, it's 5 years more of you delaying your home. So get the home before you get the car. That's always going to be my suggestion. If you need a vehicle, get a vehicle that you can finance and pay that vehicle off before you go into trying to get a home, because the mortgage will be better for you after you've paid off the vehicle. If you are taking on the expense of the vehicle plus the mortgage, your debt to income ratio will be affected and you'll be able to qualify for less. So remember, don't take out a new car when you're trying to buy a home. Okay. Number eight, utilize lump sum payments. If you receive a bonus, tax refund, or any other lump sum of money, consider putting it towards your mortgage. This can significantly reduce your principal. Use any lump sums like bonuses or tax refunds to pay down your mortgage. This can make a big dent in your principal and build equity quicker. Lump sums, again, I feel like it just goes back to the concept of paying it off while you have it. Bird in hand is better than two in the bush. So I know it might be tough, but you can always make more money. The money that you have right now might be the money that you can only accrue up to this point. So be savvy with the money that you have right now. Make it work for you, or use it to pay down debts to set yourself up to have better opportunities in the future. Number 9, rent out a room. If possible, renting out a room can provide extra income to help pay off mortgage faster. Just make sure it's allowed by your mortgage and local laws. Consider renting out a room if it's an option for you. The extra income can help you pay down your mortgage faster and build equity. The renting of the room could even go as far as renting a whole basement. So, a lot of people, I highly suggest that if you're going out into the market to buy a new home and you don't need a lot of space or your family is still relatively small, buy a home that you can afford that has a basement. And if you can, potentially revamp the basement, renovate it, and make it hospitable. Have a tenant down there is such a relief to have that extra $700 to $1,200 a month, depending on the situation. It can vary. But look at your local laws. Make sure that's permissible by your mortgage. Some mortgages they won't allow you to lease. Some mortgages you'll be able to lease as long as you're inside the home. Some mortgages you'll be able to lease after 2 years. So make sure you're paying attention to what type of mortgage you have and what the stipulations are if you do want to lease. And the last one for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is number 10. Plan for the long term. Building equity is a marathon, not a sprint. So you're not going to do this overnight. It takes years to build equity. But that's why we're in the long game, because like real estate, like stock market, everything is for the longer window. And we're talking 5 years plus, maybe even as far as 10 years plus. Stay committed to your mortgage payments and keep your financial goals in mind. Over time, you'll see your equity grow. This is why it's crucial that you are staying well beneath your budget when you are picking out your home. Because remember, we can control the payments by staying in a budget of what type of homes you can get within that price range. If we do that correctly, you'll never have a problem paying your mortgage. It's just going to be a matter of how faster you can pay it off based on your own ambition and initiative. If we do it correctly, you'll be able to pay it off consistently, maybe even quickly sooner. But if we max you out, if you get an approval for like 700,000 and we take you to 701,000, no, you're going to be up to here. If anything happens to you, if anything happens to your family, if you get down on some bills, it could be devastating. And a situation where you could easily hold on to a property if the payments were good and maybe lease it out, or maybe give yourself some more time to think about things if the payments were good. All that's out the window, because now you have to make a emergency decision based off your finances because you're running short out of money. Because once the money starts going, it goes fast. And that's where we never want you to be. I know it's difficult in this market to find homes that fit within your budget, but don't worry. There are always new homes on the market and things will be changing. As we've said many times this year, we are expecting interest rates to go down. But remember, it's a game more of supply and demand than of interest rates right now. We have yet to see the supply that we need to bring the prices down. So if you are going out into the market to buy, make sure that you're prepared, you're well consulted, and you know your budget, and stick with it, because there's no point in you getting into a dogfight over a property. Get up to here in your payment just to lose it in 5 years from now. That's not the game we're playing. I want you to stay in that property at least 15 to 20 years if possible and make money from it. If we did it right, you should be making some money off of it from 7 years from now. So, all things to think about. And if you're just joining us today on the live, We are talking about building equity as a first time home buyer and some 10 tips to doing that in a very quick way. Building equity as a first time home buyer is a crucial step in securing your financial future. By following these tips, you'll be well on your way if you have any doubts about where to start. And if you have any questions or any more personalized advice, feel free and reach out. As always, I tell you all, leave comments, leave DMs, whatever is more convenient for you. Because at the end of the day, this is not a quick purchase. This is not a hamburger that we're buying. We're buying properties that are hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes maybe only once in our lives. So getting as well informed as possible before we make the transition into home ownership is the best way to be smart about it. So if you need any more help, I am your realtor, Hugo. Feel free and reach out. 240-389-4846 is the phone number. Hugo at lnf.com is the email, and yourrealtorhugo.com is the website. I'm all major platforms, so feel free and reach out and share the live. When it comes to tomorrow's lesson, we're going to be looking at budgeting for future home maintenance and repairs and some tips on what to do in that case. So really do appreciate all of you tuning in today. It's always great to see some familiar faces in the chat. And thank you all for sharing the live and all the great feedback on the podcast. I really do appreciate you all. Take care. Have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow. Be safe out there.